Welcome to Kutna Hora. I'm sure I'm butchering that, and I apologize to everybody in the Czech Republic. It's Czech Republic, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so?
Yeah.
I think so. All right, yeah, let's go with it. All right, so what is it we're looking at here? Victory point track around, right around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. We have the plot of land that will become Kutna Hora up here. We have the mine down below, which is, it is the like silver mine capital of the ancient world, or the
Czech
middle
Republic.
Yeah, of that time.
No, of pretty much of
like,
Europe.
Back in the day, right?
Yeah, I mean, silver was the place.
Then we have the cathedral over here, because God knows the church was super important back then. Then over here we have the building market, where these buildings are going to, you guessed it, be built out there. Then we have the round track up there. We have our starting guilds, everybody's player displays, and finally, I would argue, the hook of the game, the sliders. The sliders, the market, the dynamic economic model.
I've heard it's just a gimmick. What do we think?
We'll find out. Yeah. So as we go along. So there we go. That's everything you're looking at. We got the mine down here. We have Pelican tokens. Then we have coins that are not part of the game. So, no, it doesn't come with metal money.
Yeah, I mean, you can buy metal money, but these are draw lap coins.
There you go. They're those. So they're extra, they're different, but we like them. Mm-hmm. All right. Last but not least, the only other thing we haven't really touched on are the cards. So everybody starts with a symmetric hand of 6 cards. And these are multi-use cards. So you're going to play it for the top or the bottom. Easy enough. So what are we trying to do here in Kutna Hora? Well, we're trying to score points. Some of us are going to be better at that than others. But that said, we're going to score points predominantly from building buildings out here, then having majorities down here in the various rows for the mines, as well as reputation. That's kind of, there are some other points here and there, but that's going to probably be the majority of our points. Now, the game takes place, however, sorry about that. Game takes place over 5 rounds. Mm-hmm. Each round, everybody's going to take 5 actions at the end of all the players' 5 actions. Then we're going to pay taxes or lose reputation, and do that at the end of each one. Once at the end of the second round, we'll put out some more buildings. Starting at the end of the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds, however, we're going to go into a kind of possible minor scoring here, if there are any patricians out here, and if we qualify for the patrician scoring. So that's it. So in a round, everybody's going to take, if I'm the first player, say I'm the first player, I'm going to take 2 actions. Derek's going to take 2, then Paul, then Ken. Then I'm going to take 2 more around, and then everybody's going to take 1 more, and we have 6 cards in hand. These 4 plus those 2, 6 cards, you're going to use 5 of them. And then at the end of that, we're going to take our hands back, we're going to pay taxes or not, and then maybe score as the game goes on. All right, so the meat of the game, though, is taking your actions. There are 7 different actions that you can take on your turn. And we'll talk about these, honestly, in the order that they're shown on the player aid, because that makes a whole lot of sense. So, to start off with, everybody has 2 mine cards. These mines are a terrible thing to waste, but in addition to that, we have the Joker on the opposite of one of them, and the plot on the opposite of one of them. We'll talk about those when we get there, obviously. But for the mines, the first thing that's going to happen is, on your player board, you will notice that there is a miner. Not a small child, but a miner that works in a mine.
I mean, maybe.
Fair point. Actually, it might have been, but I digress. Everybody starts with 1 of these. If you have none, and only if you have none, you may pay some amount of money, or what's called a
permit.
You can purchase 1 permit, and you will get to move 2 miners over there. You cannot do that if there are One, if there's one or two already there. All right, but provided that you do so, you have miners there, then you're going to take the mining action. So the mining action has to do with this board right here. At the beginning of the game, that tile dictates how many mining tiles we're going to be able to draw. There is that was impressive. The one deck on top of the twos, the twos are on top of the threes, so on and so forth. As long as that tile's out there, you're going to flip over the top one and place it out there. And I'll do so in a minute. But as these advance, everybody is going to be able to draw multiple of these and then choose one, discarding the others face up right there. But let's say, hey, on my turn, I choose to take the mining action. Okay, awesome, cool. I flip over the top tile. The beginning of the game, you only have two options. You have tunnel A or tunnel Q. Just random letters. So you can either build there or build there. Your choice. Once someone has already built there, then your options are there, if they haven't, or orthogonally adjacent to that existing mine. Now, there are cave-ins that we will flip these over in a little bit, but these cave-ins are block spots. You can't build there. So if this ended up being built there, obviously that one doesn't work. Also, I should point out that orthogonal is everything in this game. There are no diagonals in this game. So when you choose to build, you must pay the wood cost. You might be asking yourself, what is the wood cost? Well, that all depends on the market. The market is going to change in two different ways, two different axes, if you will. These sliders may, as buildings get built, these sliders are going to move to the right. As they get moved to the right, these numbers are going to decrease. What that represents is a surplus of goods, whatever it is. All right. The other way, and they will never move back to the left. So we have wood, we have ham, food, I guess, and obviously the most important staple, booze. All right. We also have coal, we have silver, and we have permits. So remember earlier I said you're going to have to pay some amount of money. You're going to have to purchase one permit. Currently that would be for groschen, or $4. Yeah. All right. Anyway, the other way that these will move is by cycling through these cards. So you notice this number at the top. Those will cycle and go to a higher number. And then this will go to the back of it. You get the idea. Actually, we will flip that over. Yeah.
Right.
No, right.
Once you get to the end of it, you just flip the whole deck over. You just flip the whole deck over.
And then that works. Right, yeah, there you go. I've screwed this up every time, so I'm just trying to be consistent. Now, when these cycle, and I'll explain how they cycle and what causes them to cycle. Usually, these numbers will either go up as opposed to going down, meaning there is a dearth of goods.
Increasing demand.
It's supply and demand here, right? Also, you'll notice that tiny little asterisk right there in the corner. That is a, hi, I just changed numbers signifier. So FYI,
you might want to
see
do
that. So same with here. And they work the exact same, except this is the population deck and this is the mine deck, I believe, or the resource deck.
And when the ore deck cycles, those numbers will go down because then that's flooding the market with ore.
There we go. All right. So that is how those work. So, getting back to our example, we are required to pay or to use 2 wood. So that's going to be $4 in that case. All right. So your options again, there or there. But let's say as the game progresses, let me try and let's say that was built and that was built. Let's say it was something like this. Your options when you build currently are here, there, there, and there again, right? And there will be reasons. I will explain that here in a little bit. But the important thing is if you choose to build here, and this is consistent whether it's in the mine or over there when we talk about buildings, it is the higher value. So this is 2 wood, that is 3 wood, alas, that is going to cost you 3 wood. How much does that cost? Depends on the market. All right, so that all makes sense, I think.
Yep,
now,
certainly does.
Once you have paid that, you'll notice that there is a starburst. That is a high that is a potential scoring icon. When you build this mine, you are also going to take one of your miners, which may or may not be a miner, and then put it over here in the bottom left-hand corner because it doesn't block any information in the left-hand corner. Then after that, you are going to do all three things that are on the right side. Some are good, some are bad, some are, well,
It all depends.
eye of the beholder. The first thing that's going to happen is you're going to mine one ore out of there. Then you're going to flip one mine card, or I'll probably call it a mine card. So that means cycle to the next higher card. So from 0 card to 1 card, from 1 to 2, 15 to 16, you get the idea. And a population card. So literally that means this card would cycle to the 1, that card would cycle to the 1, and then over here. Now, this is the only real confusing part about this game in the iconography. I'd like to show you all this again. That is a mine. That is a piece of coal. If you built or you dug a mine, it is the coal track. It is this track. Everybody has one of those.
Yeah.
The mining office buildings, which I will talk about here in a little bit, just leave it there. I'll do it in a little bit.
Okay.
When you build a mining office, it is going to allow you to build one of these for free. So this is both going to give more options and cycle through the deck quicker, or the tile deck. But in addition to that, of course, that's going to have that one there. Oh, never mind. Now I see what you were doing.
Yep.
You're going to build this for free. But then I would like to point out this icon says build that for free. But then it has that icon on it. That icon is identical to that icon. However, it means a different thing.
Yeah.
Mine, coal. Mining building, mining building track.
Right.
Okay?
Technology.
Which might be any of those three.
It
depending
could
on where
be,
you put
but
it.
I will talk about that more in detail here in a little bit. I just really wanted to drive home the difference between these.
Yep.
So at most, you are only going to draw a number, what is that, 4 tiles at most of these. So keep that in mind. All right, so enough about that.
I'll take that.
There, the building goes back to you. There we go. And good enough, we'll keep that out there. All right. So, again, mining. You may purchase a permit. If you have no miners, move 2 over and then build it, paying some amount of wood, doing the stuff on the right. That's the mining building, or the mining. Now, that was a lot of information, but now it makes the rest of it a whole lot easier. All right? So the second action that we're going to talk about is the thing that you have to fight for, which is your rights to party. So, the rights cards, all right? One is on the opposite of income, and the other is on St. Barb's, okay? So these 2 rights cards, what do these allow you to do? Well, this is how you're going to get buildings. I will get that yet. There we go. So, the buildings over there. The buildings have a cost depending on what column they're in. 1 groschen, or $1. 1 permit, depends on what that is. 2 permits or 3 permits, I don't need to belabor that. You are only allowed to build 4 types. There are 7 types out there. You might be asking yourself, well, how do I know which I can build? Well, I'm glad you asked that, because let's take a look at Paul's area. At the beginning or pre-game, these are the different guilds. These come in pre-sorted choice or pre-sorted buckets. Before the game, we are going to each draft these in reverse player order. So if I'm first, Ken would draft first, then Paul, so on and so forth. You can choose any of the 4 buckets there, and then you're going to hand me 1 bucket, if you would, please.
Yeah. This one.
Sure, perfect.
Have a bucket.
All right, thank you. So with those buckets,
It's a nice bucket.
you then, pre-game, can put them in any order in the center of your board. Those are the 3 types of guild buildings that I can acquire. Remember I talked about the mining one? I don't have a black one. I can't ever buy a mining building. Okay? So,
You're going to get big into ham, though.
right, ham and beer and silver. I mean, it really, in the end, that's really what it's all about, right?
Ham rolls.
So, you'll see the icons match the shields over here. So we have the mining, we have what we're going to call the beer, we have silver, we have wood, we have ham, and we have permits. That's not technically what they're called. It's what we're going to call them.
Yeah.
There are also these special buildings. These special buildings you will never own,
Never.
and they are going to be prohibitively expensive to build.
Super.
However, they're going to get you a bunch of cool stuff. All right? So, again, you may purchase your own type of building or the types that you are allowed. Once you build one, or you acquire one, I should say. So in my case, hey, I'm going to go ahead and take the top ham building. I pay the 1 groschen for that, and then somebody's going to yell out,
Cycle.
Ham.
Thank you.
Oh.
or cycle,
Yeah.
and then those buildings, literally, those will go to the end, slide over just like so, there. All right? If there's only 2 stacks left, obviously it will go like that. You get the idea. So then, that tile is going to come over here into my player area, and I have room for 3 tiles. Once you have purchased the rights, because again, that's what you're doing, is purchasing the rights to build the building. Once you purchase those rights, they are here like luggage forever.
Forever.
Unless you build them. You can never, ever, ever get rid of those. Okay? All right, so that's, now we have the rights to build them. You might be asking yourself, well, how do we go about building them? Well, that's still 2 steps away. Why? Because the plot thickens, and you must purchase a plot on the opposite of the building and the mine.
He's got a whole routine about that.
Try the veal. We'll be here all week, guys. All right. So, what do you do with the plot? So, plots out here are where we're actually. Whoa, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Huh? Okay. Huh? All right. It's up here. I think I messed that up. Give me a minute. That's not it. Frustrating today. Surprising? No. There we go.
It's the
How about
sea
that?
area with the silver sea.
There we go.
The Silver
How about
River.
that? Hey, there we go. Well, that was.
Where the water flows like silver.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly like that. So, hold on. That's better. I like that. All right. Out here is where we're going to go ahead and put out plots. So, kind of like you have acquired the rights to a building, now you have acquired the rights to a plot of land in which to build that building.
Yep.
Now, there are obviously a bunch, what is that, 6 by 5? That looks like 30 spots. On your player board, everybody has 3 plot markers out here. You can only have 3 plots out there at a given time. However, if at the end of a round, you have a 2nd or 3rd plot marker still out on the board, the tax man's going to come see you, see a man about a horse. But as it is, the beginning of the game, nobody has any buildings out here. Nobody has any plots. Hey, where do I want to put a plot? Well, I want to put one right there. Cool.
Seems
All
good.
right. How do I do that? The cost is adjacent to other buildings. There are no buildings. $5. The exception to that is your your reputation marker. Once it crosses this threshold up into the 3-ville or higher, you see that little icon. That's right there. That icon sure looks a whole lot like that icon for the plot. That says all plots are $1, regardless of the amount that's shown normally. So that will cost me $5 as it is. As long as there's no buildings out there, anybody can put plots out anywhere. But let's say it's now later on in the game. I would like to build. So to build, I could use that card or that card. Now, if I didn't make it obvious, once you've played a card that round, you can't use it for the other side. I think that's obvious, but I just ought to point that out. That's why I'm saying, if you use it for a plot, you're not going to use it for a building. You get the idea. So you have 2 building opportunities there.
That's right. Plan ahead.
That's certainly never happened to any of us before.
No, never. So to be able to do so, you got to have a plot of land out there. Hey, I have a plot of land also, or awesome. Then, what's it going to cost? You guessed it, that number at the top. That's going to be 6 wood. How much is wood? I don't know. Right now, it's cheap. It's $2. That'd be $12 I gotta pay. All right. Once you've paid that, you're gonna take your plot marker, you're gonna put that back onto your board, and now you're gonna get the stuff, which is the whole benefit of building the building. So over here, that says your ham marker is going to go up 4, and the ham slider. Now I'm hungry. Damn it. The ham slider is going to move 1. All right, so first things first. The ham marker is going to move 4. Okay, done. If it were at 4, it'd move to 8. Can't go, or it can go higher than 10. That's what these 2 additional markers are. You keep one at 10, and then you move the other. You get the idea. All right, so we've moved our ham marker 1. But now we got to go ahead and come over here and move the ham slider.
Oh.
So the ham slider literally moves over 1.
We're producing a lot and we have no population.
Yeah.
So what this means is ain't nobody building any more ham buildings
Nope.
until that red X goes away.
Up to our knees in ham.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are swimming in
Way
ham.
too much ham.
Good place
Way
to
too
be.
much. I mean, seriously, right?
I mean,
all right.
some
Could be
can be our
worse.
friends.
Yeah.
We can,
All right.
we can have friendly people, friendly pigs.
Then after that, hey, we're going to move the population too. So the cycle through 2 cards.
People come from miles around for our ham.
I mean, seriously, what is this, Spain? And then the next one is we're going to increase the tax bracket for the town. So we take a look at the cathedral over here. The cathedral, let's move this down just a hair. There we go. Yeah, it's fine. So the tax man, these buildings are in a preset order. They are always in the same order. This is building 1 through 5, or step 1 through 5 of the cathedral. 6 through 10, number 11. So the first one says, do the bottom, ignore the top, and flip it over. So we would increase the tax 0. So we would increase it whatever it is. Okay, easy enough. And then, after that, I want y'all to notice that icon right there. That icon matches a couple icons out here on the board. These 3 and these 3 are for the adjacent spots to those on the board only. This is not for the whole row. That is for that spot. That is that spot. Now I'm driving this point home because this point wasn't driven home to me in my first game. I thought it was the whole row. It's not.
1,000 apologies, sir.
Oh, I didn't dime anybody out, Paul. All right.
You were doing it with your eyes.
Hey,
It's how eyes
you
work.
feel guilty. All right, so if I were to build this building, the reason why those symbols matter is this is how we're going to score for these buildings. This building is looking for that icon. For all of the icons that are orthogonally adjacent to this building, we'll score this building. So right now, this building is worth 1 point at the end of the game.
That's right.
Cool, awesome. So that's why it might be better to build it there than say there. Okay, you get the idea. All right, once that's all done, you flip that building over. Hey, it's built. Awesome. There's one more step. That other step is, hey, the ham row here.
Ham row.
The ham row, you take a building from that, the leftmost building, there, and put it in the bottom left-hand corner again, because no iconography there.
Hey.
And then you immediately get whatever is to the right. Hey, that would be a rep.
Seems good.
Awesome. There. So bottom row, rep, middle row, Pelicans and points, top row, special buildings. We'll talk about, well, the Pelicans here in a little bit. Any questions on building buildings?
None.
No, sir.
All right, awesome, cool. All right, you know what I like? I like money, and I like PTZ cameras, but I like money as well. Income. We start with 40 plus groschen to begin the game. You're gonna go through that like it's your job, so you're gonna need more. So income is how you're going to go about getting more. All right, so I built that building out there. Maybe I've moved some sliders. Maybe I've put a couple of mines out, or dug in the mines, and maybe I got a couple of bumps on beer. Maybe this is it when I play the income card.
You're not doing very well.
Well,
Actually, the
don't judge.
prices.
So to be able to now get my income, it's simple arithmetic. It is 2 of the beer. The beer slider is currently at 5. That's going to be $10 in income. 0 for silver, because 0 times whatever. Then it's going to be 4 for the ham, times 3 is 12. 12 and 10 is 22. 22 and 2 times 3 is 6. So what is that, 28 total? So I would get 28 groschen.
I take it back. That's actually pretty good.
That's not bad, right? Now, I get 28 bucks in cash.
28.
I can either keep all 28, or if there are any patricians added here, and I will talk about those in a little bit.
Swimming in the pool.
But if they are swimming in the pool, bathing, as they are wont to do, you may choose to forego 10 of those groschen and move one of them and slot them in, saying, hey, at the end of the third, fourth, and fifth round, now that's going to score for everybody if they've met the qualifications. So let's check what these qualifications are. These here are: find one building out there and score 1 point for every special building that is built orthogonally adjacent next to it. I think.
I think it's the other way around. It is
For these these buildings. For each building.
Well, look, they're similar. I think you might be quoting a similar power that is a little different.
All of your buildings that are next to public buildings, is that what it is?
It's all your buildings that are next to public buildings score 1. All right, fair enough. This, any 2 face-down Pelicans. We'll talk about how that works in a little bit. 3 points. If you have multiples, you get multiples. This is have 1 mine space in each row in the mine. So top level all the way down to the bottom row. And this is if you have completed columns of buildings removed from your board, meaning that right there. So those will score. Those will not score unless somebody collectively breaks bread to put the patricians in, because let's face it, you know what matters to patricians? Money. All right, so that's income. Next.
Quick clarifying question. Can you do more than 1 patrician, or is it only 1?
You do 1.
Okay. Thank you.
Happy to help. I throw my voice well.
Also, this can give you double points if you have 2 miners in each row.
Yep.
It's
a lot of miners.
But could it give you triple?
Yes.
Are you diming me again? Is that the word you used?
No.
Is there enough miners?
I don't think so.
So, St. Barbara is the next action. There's exactly 1 of those.
Yeah.
Okay? So, you might be asking yourself, the hell are those Pelican tokens for? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, St. Barbara likes Pelicans. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I'm sure there's a thematic reason. Whatever the lowest numbered building is, again, 1 through 5, 6 through 10, and 11, you get to do the top, ignore the bottom, for the easy cost of 1 Pelican. When you use a Pelican, you flip over said Pelican, but you keep it. Why? Because flipped over Pelicans, and then you do whatever it is. We'll talk about that later. Okay, cool. And then you flip it over. Do not increase the tax rate.
That's right.
And last, and certainly not least, some call me the Space Cowboy.
Gangster of love?
Thank you. Jeez. All right. So the Joker, hey, maybe you planned poorly, Ken.
Okay.
And if you did, then
It happens.
you can use the Joker for any action, or maybe you want to take an action 3 times, or twice if it's St. Cathedral or
Yep.
St. Barb. That's okay. It just, you lose a rep whenever you do so. Choose the action, do it, boom, done, easy enough. Those are all the actions. So again, on your turn, play 1 action, do the action. Second action, play a card, do the action, done. Derek, we all do that. Then I do 2 actions. Yes, you can do the same action if you have 2 cards.
Yes.
Go around the table again, then do 1 more action, done. After that, then we're going to pay the tax man. The tax man, up there, wherever he's at, that's what you owe in cash. Pay it or lose that amount of reputation in total. Oh, tax man's at 24? I'll just lose a rep. That's cool. All
I
right.
wish it were like that in real life.
Yeah, me too. But as it is, he continues moving, then these special buildings go out. I'll go ahead and talk about the special buildings real quick. They're more expensive, they have better icons, and they give you a bunch of cool stuff. And also, they put out the patricians into the pool to then be able to have people put them into their spot when you bribe them.
Look at the tax rate. They raised that tax rate up too.
Yeah, because you know what they like? Money. All right. So, at the end of the game, we go into final scoring. I'll go ahead and cover that briefly. And final scoring is actually right there on the round track. If you take a look, and we'll zoom in on that a little bit. There we go. So, you're going to score all your buildings. Kind of like how we score Age of Steam. Take a building off, score however many icons are orthogonally adjacent to it. Next is, a moment. There we go. Next is going to be the mine. How do we score the mine? This, you see these icons, right? I told you they may be scoring things. We're going to count how many are in that row. Let's say there's 6 in that row total. Okay, we're going to look at this scoring. Whoever has the most of those icons scores 3, ties are friendly. Second, third, you got to have some to do it. If you have a mine out here that has, bad example, maybe I'll get lucky. There we go. Let's say you have a mine that has that. You score 0 points. It's 0. You're not helping in that regard. So in this case, poll doesn't matter. So that goes away. You get the idea. Each row is scored individually based on the number of stars or whatever you want to call those things. Next, look at look at your income. Don't take your income. Look at your income. What's that number? 87? Okay, divided by 10, you score 8.7 points. Or 8. And then, what's your reputation track? Your reputation track over here, up to 13, down to -4. And obviously, if you ping this, you get 2 points. Ping this, you lose 2 points. Pretty straightforward there. Finally, all your leftover stuff, meaning a plot, a pelican, or a building, technically a right to a building, i.e. a building in your tableau, is worth 1 point. Whoever has the most points wins. If tied, joust. That's how you play Kutna Hora.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Can't wait for the jousting.
James and I jousted.
It happened. It happened.
Pick first player?
I mean, you could do it that way. That's fine.
How do you want to do it?
No, that's fine. I'll just bust it on you. I'm salty. I'm hoping by Monday I won't be as salty.
So am I. Give me your fingers. There you go. I think that was Edward.
Was it me?
Yeah.
Okay, I was getting fancy and moving.
I have
All
no
right.
idea what was going on.
Over under Glory to Rome's 7.5.
Yeah, this is a salty game.
Ooh, you want to go down deep?
That bottom row, it's the hot.
Yep.
That's the hotness.
That's where you need to go.
Sorry, brownie.
Is that a brownie
My
bit?
fault. That totally was a brownie bit. All right, I'll bring the cameras up.
Good brownies though.
Did you make those?
I did.
Seriously?
I mean, so did Betty Crocker. I just helped.
Dude, look.
I threw in the chocolate chips.
Those are quality brownies, like legit.
I have one of those S pans where you get all edges. You're either a type of person who loves the edges or you're a weirdo.
Yeah, there's only edge for me.
Yeah, it's a pan. It's in the shape of an S. Yeah, I got it for Christmas.
Huh. All right.
I think my brother-in-law got that for me. Thanks, Ross.
You would have thought you would have got a shape of a P, but it's fine.
Yeah. That's true.
All edges but your letter.
Yeah. Or one of those
right.
impossible shapes. Infinite edges.
All right. Place your bets on who's going to win tonight. Yeah, that's it. Did I forget anything? Like I feel.
No, I think we got it. We have to
Did I?
choose these little doodads here.
Oh right, we got to do that.
Doodads.
I've chosen.
Yeah. I mean,
Are you last?
No,
I mean,
I don't care.
what was the order?
I think I'm last.
So what is it?
Yeah, it can't get start. No, it start. Doesn't it start?
Oh, in the choosing order, yeah, it's a reverse. It's
And
a
that,
reverse.
but I have to place it first.
Yes.
Right? I believe. Hold on.
Yeah.
There's a subtlety here.
There's our order right
There
there.
is.
Boom.
we're all very skilled experts here, and these decisions matter.
In reverse
They do.
order, choose a set. Then everyone chooses which go, and those go in order, starting with the first player.
Yes.
Okay. You took my cards. Give me those cards. All right. Last thing I wanted to show y'all was this.
Oh, I'm sorry. The setup. Sorry, I didn't realize
This
that.
is how we chose the buckets.
Yep.
And by chose, I mean there's like 90 of these cards. We chose that one at random. And then we chose this one at random. Now, you do mix these up. And you don't know, this could have been there, you get the idea.
Yep.
But
Yep.
they're in those 4 spots, so that's how they ended up. And again, I think there's 74 of those and 96 of them. I'm exaggerating. But
A little bit.
there you go. All right. Good.
There's more than enough.
So last time I played,
Who cares?
I had these 3 exact guys.
So mean to Ken.
Well, I'm trying to give the salt around.
And
I'm salting the mind.
I don't know if you've been nuclear warred by Ken yet.
Yeah.
So I
That's
don't,
true.
yeah, but that's like preemptive. Like, I mean, as I've been saying on streams lately, I'm pretty much of a Care Bear, like, in play.
Yeah. We
Pretty
do
much.
we do love you, but we do affect.
I don't remember.
Can we get the
Bear.
PTZ zoom on his face?
I remember something, Bear.
Like, so I did these guys last time, and it was fine. But I want to try something different.
Yeah.
But I can only ever do 2 different. So that leaves me with these here.
I mean, not really.
What's really great?
I mean, this one is as different as that one.
yeah, we all have partners, right?
Yeah.
So
we're all gonna have-
no.
Oh,
So-
we're gonna have
No.
overlap.
Yeah. It's,
So all 3 of these are different. You're
Yeah.
right.
Correct. And Ken, if you think about it, whatever one you take, we have the other 3.
Right. You guys all have a really
Who do you want your Hambro to be?
yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna skip hand this time. I think I'm going
Okay.
with this one.
Sam, I am.
I guess you don't want to have a ham bro this time.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
I'll have other bros.
yeah, you'll have a mining
I'll
bro
have a beer bro and a wood bro
and a mining bro.
and a coal bro.
And a cold bro. Oh my God. Is it hot in here to y'all?
No,
It's okay.
No, I am.
I wouldn't say
just me.
It's not.
Wow,
It's not
the
chilly.
shirt. It's the shirt.
I'm not gonna. I don't need like an extra
No,
layer.
yeah, you're wearing 2. I'm like dying.
Yeah.
Over here.
I kind
The
of
funny thing is, like, the lights are like not. They're
They're
like
pointed the wrong
better.
direction,
Yeah, right.
Okay, there we go.
All right. I know which of those I prefer.
You 2 are Hambros.
Ambrose.
Don't overthink this, dude.
All right, I'll take this one because this is nowhere near any way I've played this game yet.
Okay.
I have,
All right.
I have not even.
So now, starting with me, I put them in first, technically.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the mine up top
Yeah.
All right.
because reasons. I don't want to make that mistake.
This is the first game.
I've slotted my slot.
This is the
good.
first game without wood for me, so this is going to be different.
Did
No
it really
wood for
nail
Derek.
it?
Did we both take wood, and that's why you couldn't take it?
I don't know. I wasn't trying to take wood. I tried to keep the price low on wood. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So I have shuffled.
Paul and I could.
I have no
You could
authority.
make the game. Yeah, so it's really interesting because wood makes the world go round in this game, at least for
It certainly
building,
does.
right? So
I'm not saying we should collude on prices, but
Well,
We can collude on
we should
prices.
totally collude on prices.
Yeah, we definitely can.
well,
be that
let's just
kind
put
of
it this way: if both of you build a building,
Yeah.
then that will be fine for the rest of us. If only one of you ever build a building, that would be awful for everyone.
True.
and it would be terrible
For
the
you
pig.
to,
It'd be awful.
it would be.
So I like the idea of the wood taking the rights buildings. That seems like a good idea. But I don't necessarily want it to be...
Oh right. I'll be honest. Hold on. I didn't even stop to think about that.
I did, but I'm not gonna.
Because it feels like
You can stop to put your income tracks back
it
to
could
zero.
often be good
guess.
to build a wood building right before you build a public building.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, that's actually okay. Yeah, there's thought about that. I'm actually happy the way I randomly
That's
put those
that's how
in.
I set up mine with the wood. Always
Okay.
on the top level.
I just cheated a little. I just adjusted
Cool.
based on your.
Are we good now? Are you done cheating?
Yep.
I mean, if I told you.
The asterisk is so small you're not going to be able to see it.
Well, it's smaller than the ones that are on the cards.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty small.
All
Right now, it's
Yeah.
pretty small.
We got it.
All right. Oh, you know what?
It gets bigger when you get excited. Don't worry, it'll be fine.
All right. Oh,
talk like
hey,
that.
Sorry. It's a family
My
stream.
mom's watching.
It's a family stream.
Don't listen to him.
Hey, y'all made it this far. That's awesome. Gold star for you. Maybe check out some of those other videos that are listed there. Subscribe to the channel. Consider supporting us over on Patreon. All those things help the channel grow and make more content for y'all. So thanks, y'all.